I'm good with the cards. I could have been a lover, breaking others' hearts. And I feel so silly, betting on the dice. And a lover seldom see the same girl twice. And that is why, oh, that's why I chose to sing the blues. Yes, I did. I could have been a doctor.
Welcome to the Man Cave Cigar Lounge. Today my guest is Gabe DeCrease from Ashton Cigar Distributors. Ashton is a new line that we've come direct with here at the shop. They have a great, phenomenal line of cigars from the Aroma to the San Cristobal, which you've got the regular, the Revelation, the Elegancia, from the Ashton core line all the way up to the Ashton ESGs. They also make a wonderful humidor product made by Savoy. We have one of the beetlewood humidors right back here, tabletop, very reasonably priced. Gabe, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe a little bit about some of the cigars?
Sure. I'm relatively new to the area. I just moved down to Texas to take over the Southwest territory, and we've always had a great relationship with retailers in this area, and like to keep that going as we celebrate Ashton's 30th year in business. The brand started with the Ashton Classic, which was one of the first cigars that I smoked about 17 years ago. So I started my journey through cigars with Ashton, and it's a cigar that was smooth and creamy enough when I first tried it before I knew what I was doing, and something I still enjoy today as it's grown and maintained its level of quality. What I'm smoking right now, and one of the things I want to talk to you about, is the Aroma de Cuba Mi Amor Valentino. This is a cigar that is a little bit of a when in Rome thing. I know your guys favor the big ring gauges and like these big cigars, so that's what I'm smoking today, and it's one of my favorite additions to our lineup. It's something that came around midway through making the Roma lines, and this cigar has a Nicaraguan filler binder, and it's got a San Andreas wrapper, a Mexican tobacco that's a San Andreas Maduro. It's smoky, it's got an espresso and pronounced cocoa aroma to it. It's got tons of flavor, but it's still a medium-bodied cigar, so it has a really wide appeal. It's something that in every different size format that we do really nails it, and it's a cigar I love. And we also have the Aroma de Cuba Mi Amor Reserva, which came along a little bit after the original Mi Amor. And the Reserva is a little bit of an amped up power cigar, definitely a full-bodied offering, and that's the Pomposo there, another big ring gauge cigar. And it's got a lot more pop, but it keeps that cocoa and espresso flavor, but it adds a little bit of crisp pepper flavor to it, gets that Nicaraguan spice. And that the Pomposo also has a Nicaraguan filler and binder with Mexican San Andreas Oscuro wrapper, richly full-bodied, and it's a progression from medium to full, and they're very different flavor profiles, but it keeps the heart of what makes the Mi Amor, and it takes it up to another level in terms of power and a very different flavor profile with that same consistent flavor and construction to it.
Wonderful. One of the cigar lines that Ashton has, which is actually my personal favorite from Ashton, is the San Cristobal line, specifically the San Cristobal Revelation. Now I'm smoking I don't know the actual, is it the?
That's a Leviathan. Yeah.
Okay. It's a 6x60 or 6x62?
That one is a 64.
64. Okay. So it's a nice big ring gauge. My actual favorite in the Revelation is actually the Legend. It's the nice box press, delicious cigar. It was the first time I smoked that cigar, my brother-in-law gave it to me, and you talk about just phenomenal. I went, and I've been smoking cigars for, at that time, this was about 2 years ago, I've been smoking cigars for 18 years, and that actually became one of my favorite cigars quickly. The San Cristobal line does really well for us here at the shop. The Revelation, the Elegancias, we sell them out very quickly. We've got a guy that comes in, Charles, that he buys them. As soon as we get them in, he's here to buy them. He buys them by the box. So we're really excited to have the Ashton family join the Man Cave family.
It's a partnership we're really excited about, and thank you to your customers for enjoying our cigars and continue to keep us in business by buying them. It's something I'm really grateful for, and it's easy to sell products you like too.
It is, and that's the best thing about it. You started out in retail, in
Yes,
cigar retail, and then you become a rep, which
Yep.
it seems like I've heard that is a stair step. A lot of good reps, great reps, come from the retail side.
Oh, absolutely. It helps, I think, to be on the other side. Obviously, it makes it an easy relationship when I know your challenges and your goals as a retailer, because I experience some of that stuff myself.
Absolutely. And Gabe has been a really great help to us here at the shop with just the first initial meet with Gabe. We talked on the phone a couple of times, we emailed back and forth before he could get into town. And then when he got here and came in the shop, we all loved him as soon as we met him. He seemed to like us, or if he doesn't, he puts on a great face. But he was instrumental in doing the initial very large Ashton order. He never said, no, I don't want you to buy the lesser expensive sticks. I want you buying all my expensive stuff. He never pushed one time. What he did do is he suggested to us, hey, these cigars sell really well in other shops, or y'all do well with large ring gauge. I think you should try a couple of these. And as we went through the order, everything he said made sense to us. And we don't always get that all the time. A lot of time, some rep will come in and go, hey, this is my new product, what would you like? Or this is great, and they always give some samples, and it's a great product, but we're never sure what is selling great at the next store or the other shops. Is this size selling 10 to 1 over another? And just because, and I think shops in general have this problem. I may be wrong, but if you've got somebody that likes a certain size, they're always going to gravitate towards that size a lot of times.
Sure.
And the Robusto 5x50 is probably the most common and popular cigar size in the world. But if you have somewhere that they're big ring gauges, I actually wasn't ordering big ring gauges. You're the one, hey, Cliff, the owner, likes it. You like it. You've got guys that are coming in. Why aren't you buying more? And I hadn't even thought about it. I was looking at the 5x50 and the 6x52. The ones that you hear about more popularity.
And
but
it's it's a trend that has really grown, and we've grown our offerings with it. But it's very easy to sell our cigars in any ring gauge, any size, because we've got something for everyone, and that goes for flavor too. From the very mild and smooth cigars all the way up to rich, robust, big cigars. We've got fortunately a product for every ring gauge, every length, and every flavor profile preference. So it's got something for everybody, and if there's taste, no matter how unconventional, we've got something for it.
That's nice, because not every cigar line can say that. That's for sure. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is getting, and I've never tried it, is y'all's Benchmade line, and that's made by Don Pepin Garcia.
Yes, made it my father's cigar.
And he's worked with Ashton quite a bit too, hasn't he?
Yes, the My Father's Cigar Factory makes our Aroma de Cuba and San Cristobal lines for us, and of course that's a partnership we're very proud of, as well as our partnership with the Fuente family in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, so Gabe just told me something that I had no clue about. Who do y'all work, or what do y'all work with?
Our Ashton cigars, our Ashton line is made at the Arturo Fuente factory.
Oh, okay, I was totally unaware of that.
And we forged some new ground last year with the release of the Ashton Symmetry, which was the first time in any of our Ashton cigars we've used Nicaraguan tobacco, which was definitely a departure for us. There's a Dominican Nicaraguan split filler that's really a unique flavor profile. It's got a really solid Dominican earthiness and a really nice touch of Nicaraguan spice to it that's really balanced and incredibly versatile.
So up to this point, were most of Ashton's cigars Dominican?
Yes, so the Ashton lineup had used Ecuadorian wrapper leaf and Connecticut River Valley, Connecticut wrapper leaf, which is used on our Ashton Classic and Ashton Cabinet lines. And so this was branching out. The Symmetry does have an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, so there's a really unique blend of tobaccos that hit a really nice progression of flavors throughout the smoke, and it smokes really interestingly, it has a lot of variety from size to size as well. It's a tremendously complex blend, something we're really proud of.
Awesome. One other thing I'd like to ask you about, just because I didn't get to go to the show this year. Unfortunately, I was stuck here manning the shop, and so I didn't get to see it, taste it, or try it. Can you tell us a little bit about what you know about the new San Cristobal?
Oh yeah, as a matter of
That's
fact, that works well as a segue from the Miamor and the Miamor Reserva, which are from our La Roma line. There's the same wrapper varietal as the Miamor Reserva. The San Andreas Oscuro is on our new Ovation, which is a limited edition 3,000 box release, which will be shipping very soon of our San Cristobal line. It's got a Mexican San Andreas Oscuro wrapper that's fermented for 2.5 years, which is a very long time, and only really the highest quality wrapper leaf can take that kind of fermentation, and it's produced really tremendously complex flavor profile. It's got, you can taste some of the spirit that comes out of the wrapper of the Miamor and Miamor Reserva in that San Andreas Oscuro wrapper leaf, but it's again, like all three cigars with that wrapper leaf that we produce, a really distinct and unique flavor profile, a very different cigar with hints of consistency from one to the other. There's a pronounced espresso, cocoa, molasses. There's also a little bit of crisp dried fruit that's really comes on strong and gives you a layer of complexity that I think is very rare, and I believe will do very well for us. It's a cigar that I enjoyed so much when I tried it at our trade show, annual trade show, that I said, when can I get these, and when can I get out and sell these? It was something that there's a lot of excitement about, and I'm really happy to release it. And of course, you guys will be one of the shops offering it, so I'm very excited about that.
Awesome. Last thing, we will be having a wonderful Ashton event on December 18th, I think is what we scheduled it for. It's one of the holiday experiences with Ashton. We'll have a ton of the gift boxes. Y'all have 5 different gift sets. Everything from the San Cristobal Large to the 92.95, all the Ashtons that have been rated 92 to 95 by Cigar Aficionado magazine. That's
San Cristobal and La Aroma de Cuba cigars, our Nicaraguan lines in there, and it makes Christmas shopping very, very easy for the people in your life. If you're a big cigar smoker and aficionado, and people want to get you cigars for a Christmas present, it's an easy pick. If they're not cigar smokers, it makes it very easy to just pick up something, and you can send them here and get your Christmas present ready to go. You get some great cigars.
Awesome. Gabe, I really appreciate you coming in today. I know you're in Houston a short time, and you've got a ton that you're doing. Anything you're looking for from the Ashton line, whether it's the San Cristobal, the top of the line ESGs, the VSGs, even if you're looking for small ring gauge, some of the cigarillos or the senoritas, anything, the Savoy Humidors to Ashton's ashtrays. We'll have all of those available for you. Thanks again from the Man Cave Cigar Lounge. I'm Clint. Again, this is Gabe DeCrease with Ashton Cigar Distributors. Y'all have a great night.
Thanks for having me.